All rise. Judge Butterby Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1034, Thornton case.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You all may be seated.
Gentlemen and ladies, Mr. Thorne came to court expecting fairness. But will the law be on his side? This case is about to get dirty. There is a disturbed youngster caught in the middle, a mother who is utterly missing, and a father battling for financial support. Let's get started, Mr. Thorne. The true question is whether he has a case or whether he is going to run into a legal roadblock.
Thornton,
Yes, ma'am.
you're back. How are you doing?
Oh, not as well as I'd like to.
Okay, all right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, there's been some significant changes in my situation. And as you can see, Ms. Hernandez is not here today. And I have custody of the boy, and I have been, making our arrangement payments to her.
Okay.
But since the boy has come to stay with me, he's gotten himself into a lot of trouble.
Okay. What kind of trouble?
First of all, let's take a moment to observe that Mr. Thorne is not in a good mood. It's understandable that he is raising his son alone and is now drowning in legal and medical bills. But the worst part is that he agreed to no child support during mediation. The law is all about structure, and unless he can demonstrate a substantial change in circumstances, this case appears to be shaky. Tell us in the comments whether you believe a parent should still be held financially responsible, even if they have moved away.
Arising some residents, and he was in an accident due to a police chase.
This is AJ, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ms. Hernandez refuses to acknowledge her responsibility to help me in covering some of these costs. I mean, the medical costs are quite extreme. My insurance is refusing to pay because it was a criminal act. In fact, they're probably going to drop me.
Okay.
And
If I remember correctly, you guys agreed to no child support during mediation.
yes, ma'am, we did.
Okay. And since that time, nothing has really changed with the living arrangement. AJ still lives with you,
Yes, ma'am.
and you still have not been paying child support. You've been making the back child support payments.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Other than AJ getting in trouble, what else has happened? Like, what has changed?
Well, she has moved out of state, quit her job, so her insurance no longer covers him
Okay.
in that aspect. And, the court costs, fines, and due to that accident, there was a lot of damage in which he's liable for, or I am, and it's almost impossible
Okay.
for me to,
But AJ was double insured by both of you, right?
yes.
Okay. Here's the issue. In order to modify any type of child support situation, whether you receive child support or you don't receive.
Whoa, did you guys realize that we're talking about a serious criminal case here, not simply unpaid child support? What would you do in this situation? Let AJ fend for himself or keep fighting for help? Ag is getting into serious trouble, and now his dad is stuck footing the bill. The worst part is that insurance companies don't play when it comes to criminal acts. So not only is Mr. Thorne drowning in expenses, but his insurance might drop him altogether.
And substantial change. That means that AJ's living arrangements would have had to have changed. Something about his educational expenses have changed. Something about mom's income would have had to have changed. But in you guys' case, you agreed in mediation to no child support. So to go from no child support to receiving child support, you would have to fall in one of those categories for a material and substantial change. And based on what you said, you really don't fall into one of those.
That's very disappointing. So she's just free of any obligation? I mean,
Well, I wouldn't say she's necessarily free, but remember, you all did come to an agreement in mediation to no child support. So in order to start receiving child support, you would have to show that something has changed. So let's say, for instance, at the time of mediation, AJ still resided with her. Now he lives with you. then we can entertain child support at that point. But nothing has really changed since you guys have gone to mediation. Therefore, you wouldn't be entitled to receive any child support, unfortunately.
I understand.
Things take a turn for the worse at this point. Mr. Thorne is hoping for relief, but Texas law isn't making this easy from the court's perspective. Nothing has changed that legally justifies changing child support mediation agreements, and the judge's options are limited unless there is evidence of a significant change in the child's needs or living arrangements. But let's face it, shouldn't a parent still make contributions when their child is in crisis? Sound off. I mean, is there below?
Is there nothing I can do? Absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned, no, there's nothing you can do. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Your
is there
Honor.
anything further?
No, ma'am. Not at this time.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
Mr. Thorne was expecting for some respite, but the lob is evident. Oh no, that's the sound of reality striking like a ton of bricks. Mom may not be completely off the hook ethically, but legally she is not required to pay $1. This is one of those difficult circumstances when justice and the law don't always coincide. In your opinion, should the law be more lenient in situations like this?
Thornton case. Dad was appearing in court for the first time. He and mom settled at mediation for no child support. Well, now he wants mom to pay child support. Well, under Texas law, in order to modify child support, there has to be a material and substantial change. For example, there has to be a change in the child's mental needs, educational needs, a relocation of the parent, or an increase of income. None of those things took place in this particular case. Everything pretty much remained the same. Therefore, he was unable to get any child support from.
And that concludes the matter. In spite of the confusion, the decision remains unaltered, and there is no significant change or child support. This is a difficult lesson in legal agreements. After you sign the dotted line, it's difficult to get your money back. Was justice done today, or do you believe the system fell short? Mr. Thorne, if you found this instance, please share your thoughts in the comments section and click the like button. Enlightening, and sign up for more breathtaking courtroom drama. See you at the next